Still I Rise is a powerful and uplifting poem by Maya Angelou. Maya Angelou was an African-American poet and was born in 1928. She lived through a time when African Americans faced severe oppression and inequality. Although slavery had been abolished, its effects lingered in society and impacted African Americans. This poem is her declaration that she would not let society's hatefulness determine her success. It is not just a statement of her determination, but also a call to others to rise above the society that tries to hold them down. Still I Rise was published in Maya Angelou's poetry collection, and Still I Rise, in 1978. This collection and the poem itself reflect the social and political climate of the time and addresses issues of racial injustice, civil rights, and empowerment. The poem is part of a broader body of work that explores themes of courage, resilience, and the endless spirit of the African American community. Explanation of the poem Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. The poem begins with the speaker, who represents the poet herself. She addresses those who try to oppress her. She acknowledges that history is written with lies and bitterness against her people. She says, "You may write me down in history with your bitter, twisted lies, you may trod me in the very dirt, but still, like dust, I'll rise." She declares that no matter how much they try to put her down, she will rise above it, just like dust rises when disturbed. In the second stanza, she asks a rhetorical question, "Does my sassiness upset you?" She knows that her confidence and assertiveness disturb those who want to see her oppressed. She speaks of her success. It is symbolized by oil wells pumping in my living room. This imagery shows her flourishing despite their attempts to suppress her. The third stanza compares her resilience to natural phenomena like the moon, sun, and tides. She says, "Just like moons and like suns, with the certainty of tides, just like hope springing high, still I'll rise." These natural elements rise and fall as part of their nature, just as it is in her nature to rise above adversity. In the fourth stanza, she directly addresses the desire of her oppressors to see her broken and defeated. She asks, "Did you want to see me broken?" Bowed head and lowered eyes. Shoulders falling down like teardrops, weakened by my soulful cries. These questions highlight the expectation of her to be submissive and beaten down, but she refuses to conform to these expectations. The fifth stanza continues with her questioning tone, asking if her pride offends them. She says, "Does my haughtiness offend you? Don't you take it awful hard, 'cause I laugh like I've got gold mines digged in my own backyard." She mocks the oppressor's discomfort with her self-assuredness and success. In the sixth stanza, she addresses the various ways society tries to hurt her. "You may shoot me with your words, you may cut me with your eyes, you may kill me with your hatefulness, but still, like air, I'll rise." She emphasizes that no matter what they do, they cannot keep her down. The seventh stanza speaks about her physical presence and how it also upsets her oppressors. She asks, "Does my sexiness upset you? Does it come as a surprise that I dance like I've got diamonds at the meeting of my thighs?" This stanza highlights her confidence in her body and spirit. The eighth stanza shifts to the historical context of African Americans. She speaks of rising out of the huts of history's shame. She declares herself as a powerful force, a black ocean, leaping and wide, welling and swelling I bear in the tide. This imagery shows her immense strength and the collective power of her people. The final stanza is a powerful conclusion, where she speaks of leaving behind the past's terror and fear. She says, "Leaving behind nights of terror and fear I rise into a daybreak that's wondrously clear I rise." She carries the legacy and strength of her ancestors and proclaims, "I am the dream and the hope of the slave. I rise, I rise, I rise." Throughout the poem Still I Rise, Maya Angelou uses vivid imagery and strong language to convey her message of resilience and empowerment. She addresses the injustices faced by African Americans and other marginalized communities, and asserts her determination to rise above them. Themes of Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. The poem emphasizes the importance of self-love and self-acceptance. The speaker talks about her own strength, resilience, and ability to overcome oppression. This theme encourages readers to find their own power and potential, regardless of societal obstacles. The repeated phrase, "I rise," emphasizes the theme of perseverance. Despite the numerous attempts to suppress and oppress the speaker, she continuously rises above the challenges. This theme highlights the importance of persistence and determination in the face of adversity. The poem addresses the historical and ongoing injustices faced by African Americans and other marginalized groups. The speaker confronts these injustices directly and calls out the lies, bitterness, and oppression that have been part of their history. Literary devices of the poem Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. In Still I Rise, the phrase "you may" is repeated at the beginning of several lines in the first stanza. It emphasizes the various ways the speaker is oppressed. This technique is called anaphora. The repetition of consonant sounds at the beginning of words close to each other is called alliteration. Examples include huts of history and gifts and gave, which add a rhythmic quality to the poem and highlight important concepts. Enjambment occurs when a line of poetry continues without a pause into the next line. It is used in Still I Rise to create a sense of movement and urgency. It can be seen in the transitions between lines 2 and 3 of the first stanza. Simile is a comparison using like, or, as. The poem contains several similes, such as but still, like dust, I'll rise, and just like moons and like suns. It helps to create vivid images and comparisons. Structure of the poem Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. Still I Rise consists of 9 stanzas with varying lengths. The first 7 stanzas are quatrains, 4-line stanzas, the 8th stanza has 6 lines, and the final stanza has 9 lines. The rhyme schemes also vary, with the first 7 stanzas following an ABCB pattern, the 8th stanza using abuk, and the 9th stanza following a babkbb. This structure gives the poem a dynamic and evolving feel. This method mirrors the speaker's journey of rising above oppression. The tone of Still I Rise is strong, determined, and confident. The speaker's voice is assertive and unapologetic as she addresses her oppressors and declares her resilience. The mood created by this tone is one of inspiration, empowerment, and hope. Readers are encouraged to feel joyful and reinvigorated with courage and strength after reading the poem. The poem is rich with vivid imagery that helps to convey its themes and messages, such as dust, oil wells, and black ocean. Symbolism of the poem Still I Rise by Maya Angelou. The poem contains several symbolic elements that enhance its meaning. Dust symbolizes resilience and the inevitability of the speaker's rise despite being oppressed. Oil wells, gold mines and diamonds symbolize the speaker's inner wealth, strength, and resourcefulness, rather than material wealth. Moon and sun represent the speaker's constant and inevitable rise, just as these natural elements rise and set. Black ocean represents the immense strength and power of the African American community. Night symbolizes fear, oppression, and the past's darkness, which the speaker is determined to leave behind. Conclusion. In summary, Still I Rise by Maya Angelou is a powerful poem that uses strong imagery, symbolism, and literary devices to convey themes of self-empowerment, perseverance, and injustice. It is a declaration of the speaker's determination to rise above oppression and a call to others to do the same. The poem's structure, tone, and vivid imagery make it an inspiring and uplifting work that resonates with readers and encourages them to embrace their own strength and potential.